Good morning. This is going to be my second video. The first one I made was the night before surgery. So the day of surgery I was so nervous and went to the hospital. They got me all prepped. I got down to the OR and lights out. Then I remember waking up. I was coming into recovery and I was so groggy. I didn't feel any soreness at the time, probably because of the drugs. It gave you some really good drugs in there. And then I was in and out of it for the remainder of the day. The next day, though, I woke up and I was feeling a little groggy. I felt nauseous, and so they had me pushing my pain pump, and then I figured out that it was the pain medication that I was getting nauseous from. So I stopped the pain medication and I actually found out that I felt okay with it. So without it. So I didn't have to take any pain medication after that first day. And I've been pretty good since. Haven't had to have any since. I got 5 small incisions and they glued them up. And the worst one that hurts is on my right side. I guess that's where they pull your stomach out. Too much information there maybe, but other than that, everything seems to be okay. In the hospital, I was only drinking liquids, and they allowed me ice for the first day. And that was really rough. I'm a person who, before surgery, I would get a minimum of 100 ounces of fluid every day between water and green tea. I didn't drink much of anything else. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't care for coffee, and I cut out soda a few months ago, actually. So it was really tough the first day not to drink something. But after that, clear liquids, I ended up coming home on Friday. So my surgery was on a Wednesday, and I came home on a Friday. And that day, I was still drinking clear liquids. And so water was it. Before I went to bed, though, I did decide to have some Gatorade because it does the G2. It's low in sugar. And I also had some Pedialyte, because it'll restore your electrolytes. So then the next day I got up, I started a food journal, and also started to record my weight loss or gain, how it may be over the next year. And so I record the time that I get my meal, what I had in that meal, how many grams of protein that meal has, and then how much liquid I'm getting too, because for the first couple of weeks all I'm allowed to have are the protein shakes. And here is my breakfast. This is a chocolate protein shake. So in that protein shake, I've been averaging between 60 and 80 grams of protein. They're wanting me to get between 70 and 90. I'm finding it a little hard to get all of that in right now. But I am finding that I get pains in my stomach. They are severe hunger cramps. So when I used to get hungry, I would crave some protein, and I would get a headache, and I would get a cramp or something like that, and my stomach just wouldn't feel good. Then I would eat some protein and I'd feel okay a few minutes later. Well, now I'm finding that if I don't have my protein, I get severe stomach cramps. I don't know if that is still my stomach healing, or if that is from, if that's going to be just a new indication that I'm hungry. So anyway, I'm finding that I have to have a protein shake within an hour of waking up every day. So that's my routine. I have a protein shake within 1 hour of waking up, and then I have to wait a half hour to start my fluids for the day. because they do want me to get about 64 ounces of fluids. Now, the fluids, they say I can count the fluid that I use to make my protein shakes, but I haven't been. I've been trying to get at least 64 ounces on my own, minus the protein shakes, because after I'm off of the protein shakes, I'll be having regular food. So I want to get into that routine of drinking water, or now I've started back to the decaffeinated green tea. So I've been able to get in about 76 ounces of water and green tea every day, about give or take a little bit. And I've, like I said, between 20 and 80 grams of protein. So I get my breakfast in the morning within an hour of waking up. Then I start sipping water, and then I don't eat again until around sometimes between 11 and 1. And then again I wait a half hour and get some water. Then I've been eating anytime between 3 and 7 o'clock, just because of the schedule with the kids. And then I will have another tea or water. And then before bed, I try to have another source of protein. I've only had one sugar-free Jell-O. I've really been sticking to the protein shakes. I did try some cream soup. I found that it didn't pack as much protein, so I felt like I was taking more empty calories than protein. I found it tough to get my protein in that day whenever I did have the cream soup. I did try the unflavored Undri protein in that soup, and it was horrible. So I have been looking for a new unflavored protein to try in soups. Yesterday I did have I had some miso soup, and it did come in a packet. I'm not a fan of the dried mixes typically, like the Liptons and all that from before, whenever I could have noodle soup. But I did want to have some. I've been craving some miso soup. So I mixed some of that up, and it did come with a few cubes of tofu, and I did eat them. I'm not supposed to, but I did try that. It also came with some of the kale or the spinach, the green leafy. I did not eat any of that. I'm not sure what that's going to do to my stomach at this point, and I don't want to take a chance. So I had some of that. I was a little worried though, because whenever I put it into my FitnessPal, I noticed that the sodium for the day skyrocketed. So I haven't really had a whole lot of sodium since the surgery, and I was really worried. I actually thought I might gain a pound just because of the sodium. I'm extremely sensitive to salt and sodium, so I retain it rather quickly. But I was pleasantly surprised this morning. I didn't gain any weight. I actually am the same weight I was yesterday. So I guess that's a mini yay. But at the same time, I know that I'm not going to lose anyway, but I was kind of looking forward to seeing that scale go down again. As far as the scale goes, I have lost since surgery, so since September 1st, and today is September 13th, today's September 14th, so that's about 13 days. I have lost just about 10 pounds, so it's like 9.8 pounds that I've lost since surgery. I think that's pretty good, and I am a little worried that I'm going to end up with some saggy skin. I've been trying to read up on forums, what do you do for that, and how can you prevent it? I have a lot of weight to lose, so I don't think I'll be able to prevent it at all, but I am going to try to do my hardest. And some of the recommendations on there are dry brushing. So I've been doing that for several months, so trying to condition my skin to the dry brushing, and massaging. So I have the rollers that I roll up and down my legs, and I put it on my arms too, because obviously I got a little extra there. I think this is probably gonna end up being one of my saggy parts, but we'll see. So that's my update for now, and I will try to do maybe one video a week, but I'm pretty excited for what's next. I have a doctor appointment this coming Thursday, and hopefully I'm going to be released to some pureed foods. Yay, cottage cheese, yogurt, anything other than these shakes. I never really liked chocolate before, and now I really don't like chocolate. So, oh, one saving grace to the chocolate though. I do put maybe a half a spoonful, and this is the spoon that I use, just my regular dinner spoon, you know, maybe a half a spoonful of PB2 or the powdered Jif or something like that, just to give it a little bit of a chocolate peanut butter flavor. It's not even a whole lot that I can even record extra protein on, but it just gives me a little added flavor. So I'm pretty happy about that. But before I go, I want to, again, I'm going to stand up, and we'll see if there's any difference. Like I said, it's only been like 9.8 pounds since the surgery. So okay. Front. This is my right side. My back. And left side. So, alright. Thank you for watching, and I will be back soon. Alright, bye.